continuation to these discussions, I would also like to take you through how we keep striving to, connect better with the millennials and the Gen Z, how we try to be more relevant to them all the time. So, while we can say that the modern Indian woman, she's always been at the heart of the Tanishq universe, ever since our inception. For our wedding portfolio as well, everything that we do, be it our product line, be it our communication, everything we sort of shape around the modern progressive bride and the millennial bride. So now I would like you to take you through the journey of Rivaah, our journey with Rivaah, something that started back in 2017 as a separate wedding jewelry sub-brand. So Rivaah, the term has been coined from two very interesting words related to wedding, that's Rivaaz and Vivah, traditions which are so very integral to wedding. So back in 2017 when we started our journey, it was all about how we have wedding jewelry for every Indian bride. कैसे हम हर शादी के लिए तैयार हैं. But over the years, we have also been studying the evolving millennial mindset, and our proposition too has evolved in that aspect. So here it is, what all that we do to stay more relevant to the millennial bride. So during this journey of Rivaah's evolving proposition and whatever we do, we have been able to uncover a few facets of the millennial brides that we'll be sharing with you now. She is one who cherishes and honors her traditions and rituals as much as she values her own modern upbringing and contemporary aesthetics. Her wedding is often one where she follows the traditions and rituals, and like we have heard from even Gideon how they infuse a personal touch to their wedding decor, the same can be said to hold true for wedding jewelry as well. We often get to see them do and trying to tell us also to do something which makes the whole celebration and the ceremony more meaningful for them. She strives to find the meanings behind these traditions and rituals rather than just following them blindly. There's actually no Gen Z or no millennial who's going to follow anything so blindly. It's only once they uncover the true meaning behind them that they will feel that pride in it, they will be able to connect with their ancestry and everything. So this essentially is the bride who we talk to. This is the bride who we craft jewelry for, and we craft jewelry to adorn every occasion and every tradition of her wedding. In fact, to give you a little more perspective about our current proposition, which is a jewel for every tradition, I have to talk about how there is no other country in the world other than India where such rich and such diverse cultural heritage exists when it comes to weddings. Like each region in India, each community, they have their own unique rituals and traditions to honor and pave the way for the sacred bond of marriage as we know. And it's interesting how these traditions also extend to jewelry. So tracing the history of these pieces from the ancient times, that's what we have been attempting to do since 2020. And this has opened us up to a rather fascinating world. To give you a few examples, we've also observed how the nuances of certain regions that kind of defines the history and origin of such pieces. As we can see, the Shankapala of Bengal, this is derived from the conch shells and the corals collected from the sea by the fishermen of coastal Bengal. The Pacheli bangles of Rajasthan, they find their inspiration in the thorny bushes and the sangri berries of the region. The Chandanhar of Gujarat, as you can also make out from the design, it's inspired by the kavach or the protective amulet which was worn by warriors from the region from ancient times. Then there's the Guttapusalu of Andhra Telangana region. It owes its origins to the pearl fisheries, the abundant pearl fisheries in that region. Loosely translated, Gutta means shoals of small fishes and Pusalu means beads. So we can see the hanging pearls which kind of mimic the look of the shoals of fishes. And the saga continues. These were just a few of the examples. We are trying to, we sort of embarked on the journey to uncover this for every region of India and not even leave the Seven Sisters or the far-flung lands either. We get to see that every piece of jewelry is actually accompanied by a very rich history. A history of craft, of tales, of symbolism that hold a very special place in the culture of every region. This is something something probably all of us have seen, all of you must have seen as well. So there's one very interesting fact which I think a lot of you will agree to. Bollywood has a huge significance and influence in wedding planning in general. So right after Sonam Kapoor bought the Gutta Pusalu for her wedding, this particular piece of jewelry became so very popular across the length and the breadth of the country, and not just limited to the confines of Andhra Telangana region anymore. You guys will vouch for the fact, I'm sure, that Sangeet and Mehendi, that's not a North Indian function anymore. In some form or the other, it exists almost in every community, and every bride wants to include this as a part of their wedding functions. And it's very interesting how regional jewelry too has been transcending the borders, and it has a much wider appeal today. The Chandanhar of Gujarat that we saw, it's hugely popular in Bengal. Bengali brides, along with their native Shankapala, also opt to wear the Rajasthani Pacheri bangles. And at our stores during bridal shopping, we often get to witness an amalgamation of regional jewelry. It's sometimes the basis for it is not just beauty and aesthetics, but also the stories and the significance behind them. We, in fact, have been having these conversations with brides at our stores, educating them about the history, and I'm so glad that it has received such great traction from the new age brides, the ones who try to find the meaning behind everything that they do for their wedding. So I will play a small AV, a few fascinating stories about jewelry of here. Can someone help me with the AV?
रिवाज को समझ के निभाएं तो रिवाज भी जरा और सज जाए। ये जड़नगंथी है एक रिवाज, जिसमें सूरज और चांद बन जाए गहना। एक की शक्ति, एक की रोशनी, आज मैंने दोनों को है पहना।
रिवाज है ये नथ और चेहरे की शान है। ये नजर चुराने में काम आए और नजर लगने से बचाने में काम आए। रिवाज है ये कासुमाला, सिक्कों से बना ये गहना। समृद्धि कई रूप में आती है, आज मैंने वो रूप है पहना। रिवाज है ये तोड़े जो मेरी कलाइयों की शोभा बढ़ाए। आज मेरा हाथ जुड़ गया तुमसे, ये बात दुनिया को बताए।
ये चूड़ियां भी है एक रिवाज जो माँ ने मुझे पहनाया। दुल्हन के रूप में मैं तो सज गई। रिवाजों के सुरों से रिश्तों को भी मैंने सजाया।
एक रिवाज है ये टीका भी जो मेरी मांग को आज सजाए। चमकते हुए मेरे तेज की रोशनी दुनिया तक पहुंचाए।
हर रिवाज एक सुनहरा गहना, हर रिवाज है हमने पहना।
हर दुल्हन को सुनहरे रिवाजों से सजाए। रिवाह बाय तनिष्क।
Thank you so much for being such a wonderful audience and sitting through the whole 3 minutes of this ad. But even in 3 long minutes, we have been able to cover just a few communities, and it will always be our attempt to reach out far and wide, and each and every bride who you all cater to, we should be having jewelry for all of them. So while the storytelling behind jewelry, their traditions, that's one part of our approach. The other one is also that we try crafting our regional imagery so that the spirited and the confident bride of today can resonate better with it. Pictures, as we know, says 1,000 words, and as we can see, candid moments of fun, the bride confidently striding into the next phase of her life. The one with the regal aura, intimate moments. These are just a few of the emotions and scenarios that we try to capture through these imagery that we have. We know that Polki is trending. I have had many a conversations with a few of you since morning about how Polki is the jewelry which most brides prefer today. So with that thought in mind, we've also observed that brides, not just from metro towns, but from tier 2 and tier 3 towns as well, they are more fashion conscious. They want to adopt contemporary fashion for both jewelry and ensemble. If not for the main fairas or the wedding day, but at least for one or two or a few of the wedding functions that they have. So with that in mind, we launched our Romance of Polki collection earlier this year. All the designs are truly timeless at heart, and it has a contemporary appeal as well. And the whole campaign was fashioned around to being an ode to the event called wedding. Event called wedding we say because it's no longer the fairas. You all can vouch for that. It's all about the fun mehendi ceremony, the sangeet, the family moments, memories which you make with your sisters and bridesmaids to be cherished for a lifetime, the grand bridal entrance, the first dance as newlyweds, all these priceless moments which go on to become cherished memories. So essentially, this has been our journey with Rivaah till now. Everything based on the insights that we, find about the millennial brides. We do talk to a lot of them, to the Gen Zs, but really interested to know more about what you all feel through all your interactions with the brides and their families. While we have commissioned research, we get to talk to them at our stores. You all get to live the life of interacting with them on almost a daily basis. Looking forward to interacting with all of you. Thank you so much.